Hey everybody, with Relic Delta looming on November 18th, an interesting question has been posed to me, a math question for a change. And that is that with droid brains hitting the scavenger in the very, very near future, does it make sense for players like myself or even players on the up and coming to start buying Kyrotech bundles specifically to convert for droid brains? And I did some digging and I did some math this morning on some of the more common Kyrotech paths, and we're going to answer that for you. Now, for a player in my level of the game, I have plenty of Kyrotechs, right? I've got 2,600 Shockprod prototype salvage. I have 3,200 battle computers. I am going to have droid brains for a decent amount of time, depending on the number of Relic 9 projects that I plan to do. For a player who is maybe at that 9, 10 million range, who's a spender and is wondering about upgrading all of their Relic 9s, they may not be in the same position that I am. But the question really is just mathematically, does it make sense to purchase the more common Kyrotech bundles in order to stockpile? And in order to do that, we do need to look at the update notes. So we are here. We're going to pop on over. We see that we can buy, um, we can upgrade, we can scavenge droid brains from Kyrotech Prototype Salvage and Kyrotech Prototype. For those of you who are not math inclined, the conversion rates here are exact. There is no benefit to having a prototype versus a prototype salvage. But notably, what's missing is the full pieces. Now, those full pieces you sometimes get in like the episode pass, you sometimes get in some of the bigger Kyrotech bundles. Those are useless for salvage reasons, which does limit some things with some packs. But anyway, let's take a look at the math, right? So here we have my value charts, and this morning I went through and some of the more common Kyrotech packs I kind of did a number on and did some mathing and converting, and because that's the nice guy that I am. But the first thing we're going to do is look at our raw data. And effectively, what we are seeing is that if you're buying Kyrotech at store value, so in the weekly shipments, in the premium shipments, wherever else directly from the store, you are buying those droid brains effectively for $4.62. Now, you can say, hey, Egnards, well, it's just crystals. This is fake money. It's not $4.62. And that's right, but we have to talk about converted cost here. The converted cost of a droid brain, if we head down to here, is actually only $1.82 per droid brain, right? So if you are buying Kyrotech from the store itself in order to convert for droid brains, you are doing something significantly, significantly wrong. That is problematic. It doesn't make sense. I wouldn't even think that it makes sense from the dynamic of a player who is running out of droid brains in the store at that 300 crystal conversion rate. Right now, when it comes to the packs that are available in the game, there are a few that I have done officially and a few that I have done unofficially. And when I say officially, those are the ones that I've actually looked at and I've actually made some changes to my value charts. And we'll look at one right now, the Kyrotech Salvage Bundle 3. Now, this is something that I believe comes out every Friday. It's $6.99. You get 70 total Kyrotech. We look at our convertible Kyrotech, 70 units. We're going to get 2.5 droid brains. So we are paying about 2.72 or $2.72 per droid brains from $1.82. So we're seeing a negative valuation of roughly 50%, right? So if you are purchasing these for the converted cost, it doesn't make sense at all. I know it's only what is it, $7, but that's ridiculous. If we look at something like I believe it's this rewards calendar here, I did not officially value this, but I was looking at this earlier. 100 Shockprod salvage right here, 100 times 9. We're getting about 900 units for that. 245, so about 3.67 droid brains from the Kyrotech rewards calendar times, let's see, 3.67 900, and that is $10, 3.67, about 300. You're getting about 1,102 crystals worth of droid brains, or about $6.6 worth of them, right? For $10, that doesn't make sense. There is one pack that I did see that has some potential, maybe for players who are more whale adjacent, maybe are above that whale level, maybe who are just burning through droid brains at disgusting, disgusting levels. And I do know players like that. Is if we look at this Kyrotech Ascension pack, right? We have this thing, it's actually out in game right now. And if we look at the different levels here, the reason we call this convertible Kyrotech is, again, when we talk about full pieces like the shock prod, the battle computer, and the power converter, these do not convert at all. So their value is meaningless to us in that specific sense. Now, if you can make use of those things and you are also getting droid brains, maybe that's another story. But with the new legacy slash era system, you may not need to do that as much. Looking at our different levels, now these are the maximum spending levels, including everything from the free tiers. At the lower levels, level 1, level 3, and level 5, we are seeing a significant reduction in value, right? From $5.42 per droid brain all the way to $2.57 per droid brain. At level 8, so this is the second to last level, we are seeing a cost of about $1.98 per droid brain, which is about a reduction of value of roughly 10%. Um, that's not terrible, right? There is a significant limit to the amount of droid brains a player can purchase per week. So if you are somebody with the proclivity for a lot of spending, that may actually still be fairly valuable to you. But again, we see once we hit that level 12, that valuation decreases because of those full gear pieces, which do nothing while the cost still increases. Once again, if you are a whale or a kraken in the mid game and you still can make use of those full gear pieces, maybe it's still worth it to go to that level. I don't particularly see the value. And because this thing does come around often enough, I would say stick to the level 8 if you are going to use it for droid brain value. Now, the too long didn't read of all of this is that so far, I have not seen a positive valuation from everything that I've gone through officially and unofficially. I don't know if we're going to see that positive valuation in the near future. Um, I don't know if new packs are going to come out. I have no idea. All I know is that as a player myself, I am not going to be spending extra resources to buy Kyrotechs to try to get around a system because it's just not going to work. Um, I hope you find that helpful. As always, peace out. Have a great rest of your day.